and it ended in the best way possible. I'm John Rethlin with my review of New Japan Pro Wrestling's Wrestle Kingdom 15 Night 2 event. Kota Ibushi is still the IWGP Heavyweight Champion and IWGP Intercontinental Champion, and here's something they need to do. See, even he's thrilled by it. You were happy that Kota Ibushi retained. You were happy. He was happy Kota Ibushi retained. He wanted to go to bed, though. He was very tired after a very, very long main event. But you're happy. The Golden Star. You liked when he went a little bit nuts in the match later, didn't you? Adopt, don't shop, by the way. This is Sir. This is the producer. Anyway, okay, so in regards to the actual show, how was the show overall? There were some matches I did not care for. There were a couple matches I felt went on way too goddamn long. I mean, let's be perfectly honest, like I just said with the producer there, like he chimed in. The main event was a bit too goddamn long. But there were a whole lot of great things, and just, man, that fucking never openweight championship match, that was fucking incredible. And Kota Ibushi, though, the beacon of hope that we all goddamn need. Let me say right now that the theme for for Wrestle Kingdom, it sounds like it should be part of like a Japanese Western series. It was just very bizarre. And then we have Kevin Kelly, Chris Charlton, Rocky Romero on commentary, Chase Owens, Bad Luck Fale, Bushi, and Toru Yano. KOPW 2021 4-way. It is what it is. It was meant to be a comedy match. Hey, at least it was shorter than the Rumble or the Rambo Rumble, which we need a guy dressed like Sylvester Stallone to make it the Rambo Rumble. That would be hilarious. Dumb, but also hilarious. They Fale and Chase do the finger poke of doom tease, and that doesn't end up working. And Bushi and Yano try to grab the pins, and eventually double low blow when Chase and Fale's alliance, falls apart. And then Yano covers Bushi 1, 2, 3. So, okay, he wins the KOPW 2021 championship, or trophy. So now he's double fisting trophies. Just like I'm going to double fist this trophy. This show actually does get a big thumbs up, and I'm going to break that out a little bit later. So, it was what it was. Yano won, and hey, it was a comedy match. It wasn't great, but hey, it was only 7.5 minutes. At least it was that. And then we get Master Wato and Taguchi with Tenzan versus El Desperado and Kanemaru, IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championship match. Let me just say right now, they need to either get more junior heavyweight tag teams going, do something, I don't fucking care, or get rid of the championships. Bring them back in a few years when you can bring in more talent or something, but they need to put them on ice. They don't have enough depth. Despy and Kanemaru, have been champions a lot during the 3+ years that I've been watching, New Japan Live and reviewing it. And there's nothing wrong with having dominant champions, but when you don't have a lot of competition, what the fuck else are you gonna do? Wato, by the way, has hair that reminds me of what I had in high school. I'm not even fucking kidding. It was actually kind of weird. Taguchi's comedy at times is good and at times misses. Now, he was more serious here. The action was pretty good for what it was. The refs got tossed a whole lot here. Apparently, the New Japan refs can be tossed around, and as long as you don't, dismember somebody, you're not going to get disqualified. It picked up near the end. Taguchi's knee got targeted, and then eventually a distraction, loaded fist, pinche loco, 1, 2, 3, champs retained. Cool. All right, let's move on. Shingo Takagi versus Jeff Cobb, never openweight championship. Hi, yes, all this. In my goddamn veins, please. This was fucking goddamn incredible. I fucking love this match. I love Shingo. I met Jeff Cobb a couple times at indie shows. Actually met Jeff Cobb at the last indie show. I think it was the last indie show I went to. He's fucking great. A really nice guy. And let me just say right now, one, he's in incredible shape. I mean, he's always been in incredible shape anyway. But he has really dedicated himself to getting even better, leaner, just stronger. I mean, somehow stronger. The guy's strength is fucking incredible. Him and Shingo tore the house down. This match was 21, 22 minutes roughly, I believe was runtime, and it felt like 10 minutes. It went by that quick. They were beating the shit out of each other, suplexes, all this stuff. I mean, you had, you wanted Jeff Cobb to win, and I, my friend, agreed with you, and then all you did was sulk. You went to sleep for a little bit after Jeff Cobb lost. And I don't get it. Why'd you sulk? It was a good match. A really good match. He does not like me here. Actually, by the way, again, adopt, don't shop. Anyway, all right, let's get the producer. He'll go get the catnip somewhere. This match actually was really goddamn good, in all seriousness. Producer, credits aside, this was really fucking incredible. One of my favorite matches of the year. And yes, I know we're only in the infancy of the year. This match is going to stick out in my goddamn mind. I'm going to have lists going, and this is going to be up there. This was fucking great. Now, was it better than Ospreay versus Okada? Okay, there were less shenanigans. It didn't drag, because B. Priestley and, B. Priestley's postal code size hair wasn't in it. But at least Okada versus Ospreay is a different kind of match. This was just two big lads smashing into each other repeatedly over and over and over. And my God, this was really fucking good. A few notes here. The belly-to-belly outside by Cobb was just fucking incredible. Great power by both. Shingo diving at one point, hitting his hip on the ramp, though. Or, like on the edge of the ramp there. That looked kind of brutal. Great tosses. A superplex by Shingo was great. A wheelbarrow toss, that was great shit. I mean, the strike battle, targeting the knee, made in Japan for 2, tour of the islands, and he hit it. Jeff Cobb hit it, but he couldn't get the cover. It's like, oh no, he couldn't get the fucking cover because his knee, and he just got 2 when he eventually got the cover, and Cobb was just pissed. His nose was busted. Moonsault power slam combo by Cobb. I mean, that guy's skill is fucking great. And then we get a pumping bomber. Eventually, Lasso Dragons. Huge strength. Great display of strength by Shingo Takagi. 1, 2, 3. And he retains the Never Openweight Championship. So the Empire pretty much fucking sucks as a stable because Okan lost, as he should have, because Great Okan should not be winning matches because that character is fucking ass. Ospreay lost to Okada. Is what it is. And then Cobb lost to Shingo. Now, I think Cobb does live in the U.S. and maybe more part of New Japan Strong, so they're just bringing him in when they can for big tours like this and big shows like this, which is fine. But the Empire fucking lost every single thing, and I'm just, whether I'm a fan of any of these guys, I'm a fan of Cobb, and I mean Ospreay as far as trying to be this new heel force. I'm just surprised all 3 of them lost because now it just makes this new stable seem kind of dumb and kind of like a bunch of losers. I mean, they'll get it back, obviously. And by Dominion, Ospreay will probably get a victory and Cobb may get a victory. Okan will probably continue to be the D-Lo of the group where he continues to get beat. So anyway, yeah, this was actually pretty good. And then they went and did a cleaning, not cleaning montage, as hilarious as that would have been. And then we get to Sonata versus Evil with Dick Togo. So we get a Paradise Lock early because Sonata has to do that. We got Sonata being more aggressive at times, but he did want to beat Evil his way. It does go outside quickly. The ring announcer, man, poor Abe-san, just getting knocked down. Or Abe-san, how the hell is it said? Sometimes I forget how to, spell some things, because English commentary translating Japanese names. But anyway, that guy gets knocked down, and then they get him back up later, and then he gets knocked down again. We get a chair shot. No, it's long, it's gone, and Evil doing... This is probably the best Evil match of his, run since turning on Tetsuya Naito, which is fine, but that's not saying much because it still featured too much interference. Dick kept inserting himself a whole lot here, and let me tell you right now, when you don't want a Dick to insert itself too much, you get kind of annoyed, and you kind of just want to slap the Dick around and get it away, but that only makes it worse when you do that, and I don't think I'm talking about wrestling anymore, or maybe I never was. You decide in the comments, please. It was what it was. Dick does get Sonata from behind at one point. Sonata splashes Dick. I made a lot of Dick jokes on Twitter because I'm a mature individual like that. We do get some reversals and spinning. Whee! And then we get the Black Scorpion Deathlock. And we get a bad landing on Moonsault. We get a ref bump, of course we do. At one point, the table got set up, and Dick, he continues to insert himself, and then he gets, he lands groin first, Dick first, if you will. His dick is to go everywhere, and it hopefully didn't split. That would have fucking hurt. And he actually says out loud, oh shit, which actually got a laugh from me, admittedly. Skull and 2 moonsaults, 1 countered, and Dick got sent through the table, had to jump because they didn't quite gauge the distance there. And then Everything is Sonata, using Everything as Evil's finisher. And then we get the Muda Moonsault. 1, 2, 3. Sonata beating Evil. And I had Sonata beating Evil. I was a bit surprised, though. Because I thought maybe they would give it to Evil. But then I'm like, okay, if Dick went through the table, if Dick got wood all over his back, then there's no way that they could justify having Evil win. The match was good at times. I still don't like all the interference. This is probably the most passable of all the interference spots and, interference filled evil matches. That being said, though, I still don't think this experiment is working, but this is the best they could do because there was history with him and Sonata being tag partners. Hiromu Takahashi versus Taiji Ishimori, IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. The story was, how was Hiromu's hand, and how many peacocks did he skin to make that outfit? It's another blanket for it. I don't know what the fuck's going on. This had a big fight feel. Best of Super Juniors 25 finals, which was fucking great, and Hiromu beating Ishimori there, which was pretty goddamn good. And a bad apron landing by Ishimori. I mean, just ouch. That looked really painful. They did a lot of really good shit here. There was a weird ramp run where it's all the illuminated ramp, and Hiromu's like, I'm going to run down, I'm going to attack him, but he can't see Hiromu. It was a weird spot. Then he got his back targeted and got his hand targeted. The exposed buckle came into play because, of course, it fucking did because Bullet Club's involved. And Hiromu screams a lot, tossed into the corner, Destroyer off the ropes. They really need to stop doing the Destroyer. They've toned down on it a bit. But remember when that move felt special, Petey Williams doing that, and then maybe a couple other people doing it? Now everybody does it. I think my grandma did. My grandma died in 1990, and so I don't know how that works. But very stiff forearms. I mean, there were a lot of stiff shots here. And then the bone lock, speaking of stiff shots, that's variation of the yes lock, but a little more brutal. Huge lariat, exposed buckle DVD, time bomb for 2. Bone lock again, oh no, but suddenly Hiromu was able to fight out of it. Time bomb 3, or time bomb 2 for 3. That's really hard to say with all those numbers. And he gets a victory. New champion, and he wants to main event next year. Best of luck with that. But honestly, this gets a big thumbs up. Jay White with Gato versus Kota Ibushi, double championship match. If this match had been 30 minutes, I would have understood it. If it had been even 32, okay? Here's the thing, and I know Jay White is somebody that people like. Jay White didn't win here, so I'm not going to get too critical. Jay White has good character work and can work. He actually is a pretty damn good wrestler. Has had good to great matches on occasion with Okada and with a couple other people. Because Okada can get a great match out of almost anybody except the great O-Khan and Chris Jericho. But then again, it's Chris Jericho at this point. What can you really get out of him? The whole point is Jay White can have good matches, and this had elements of a good match. This actually reminded me a lot of their 2019 G1 Climax final. This was actually, they tried to make it better, but not every match needs to be nearly 60 minutes. It's 48 fucking minutes. Kota Ibushi won, and I'm going to go over some of the spots here, but god, this did not need to be 48 minutes. So let's go over some of the stuff. Jay does the usual stalling. We get the Gato interference. I would pay a large sum of money. If I won the Powerball or the Mega Millions, if I ever won that and I could chip off some, I would pay a good sum to never have Gato be a fucking on-screen character again. Because god damn it, it's fucking annoying. It's not even annoying like, oh, I want to see Jay White get his ass kicked. Like, oh, here's Gato doing the interference. It's repetitive. If I'm going to knock WWE, AEW, or even watching old WCW pay-per-views for doing repetitive shit, I gotta knock Gato for doing that. It's the same shit. Jay White really doesn't need him. And, I mean, maybe it might lead to Jay White being ousted from Bullet Club on New Year's Dash. But, I don't know. Apron bump by Ibushi. Ibushi landed on his neck a whole lot. Jay did do some good psychology, targeting the core, the back, the ribs. That was some good stuff. DDT on the neck because, again, Ibushi hates his own goddamn neck. We get into the match about 20 minutes where Ibushi's finally coming back. I mean, and I get it. You want to build a match, but there's building a match, and then there's watching a glacier slowly melt. That's somehow more interesting than watching Jay White usually compete in a match. Anyway, bum IA for 2. Red Shoes spots the feet on the ropes, unlike a power struggle. Remember when they screwed up all that stuff to shoehorn Jay White in here for absolutely no fucking reason? So then Gato, we get more interference from him. Ibushi goes dark. He goes dark halfway through the match, though. Cover me, because Jay White's just done. He can't do it anymore. And then Ibushi's like, he refuses. And then he gets a low blow because the ref gets bumped. And oh no, Ibushi gets laid into the barricade and ring apron. We're at 35 fucking minutes. Time to go home, guys. There's giving the people their money's worth, and they're like, why the fuck is this still going on? Coda lands on his neck a lot. German inside out for 2. And then a last ride for 2. Actually, the German inside out was actually pretty bad. Then we get Ibushi laying on his neck repeatedly. Regal Plex, very nice move, for 2. Kamigoye for 2. And then we get the Phoenix Splash with the hits, and then Gato pulls the ref out. Red shoes. Just goddamn. And then Gato, just goddamn it. He got hit with the Kamigoye. Good. Fucking get that idiot out of here. Blade Runner for 2. Ref gets back in. And 1, 2. Has anybody kicked out of the Blade Runner since Jay White's come back at Wrestle Kingdom 12? Since he's wrestled, well, I mean, I know he came back a couple months before, but has anybody kicked out of Blade Runner? Serious question. I don't think anybody has. So that's a protective finish, and that's really nice. That's good stuff. I actually thought that was it. And 45 minutes in, we get a rope break after the leg lock, the Tanahashi tap out, the TTO. But it was going to be the IBO, the Ibushi, or no, ITO, the Ibushi tap out. You know, whatever. Anyway. Bloody Sunday by Jay. And then we get a knee strike from Ibushi. We get a reverse Kamigoye to the back of the head. Ouch. And then we get another Kamigoye. 1, 2, 3. Thank fucking God. This marathon is over. And then divide the belts. Please divide the belts. Sonata's here to challenge him, and Ibushi accepts. So there we go. We're done with that. I'm going to bring one final time. One final time bringing this very tired boy up here. And I'm tired too, so we're going to bed. But anyway, he loved the Never Openweight Championship match. You wanted Sonata to win. Every one of your favorites won except Jeff Cobb. But that's okay. Jeff Cobb will get his chance. He hates me. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritlin. That's the producer. And I'll see you soon.